Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch.
About last night.
Sir, how are you? Hold on. Got one of these lights.
One of what lights?
These lights.
Oh, the ring light.
Yeah. So now I'm sexy. I was not sexy before. Now I am.
The ring light, making Cougars look 20 since 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does add something, right? Look at that little glare off your forehead.
Yeah, it lets you know that if you're watching this right now that I've been sweating, and that's
Why
good.
have you been sweating?
Because I just took the dog for a walk. So
nice.
Yeah, you got the two things you have to prevent from dying. You have the dog and the baby. Sometimes I'm not sure which order I prefer them in, but
yeah. You're a certified adult dog walker now. I feel like every time I'm talking to you, you're either coming back from a dog walk or going on a dog walk.
The dog is 80 pounds. He determines when he wants to walk. I have nothing to do with it.
So you just wake up and you're being dragged down the street?
Yeah. And I'm like, all right. So it's either get dragged down the street or put on, since I'm a dad now, put on your New Balance shoes and get with the program.
Yeah. What's been your best dad purchase? I've been meaning to ask you that even off air. Like, what's the thing that you go, I didn't think I was going to be into that, but I'm into that now because that's what dads do. Oh, the best dad purchase so far has been one of the toys for Ellie. I tell you what the best dad purchase is. We got it from Facebook Marketplace, which is basically like Craigslist with like three less pedophiles, just three. But hey, but that's three less. Anytime you can drop that number down to below 20%. Yeah, you figure it out. So And someone had a we call it baby jail, but it's basically a baby playpen. And it normally costs like $140, and this person had it for $20, and we're just like, cool. Went, got it, washed it off with a hose, and just bought a vat of Clorox, dumped it on it, and then we're good to go. And we got the baby jail. So now we have that set up, and baby can be in baby jail, and it just gives us more room to roam around, and we don't leave her in the baby jail. We don't do that. Oh, come on, you're no fun. You got to teach her resilience and how to, it's like what's the show, The Bear, the guy out in the wild. There's got to be a baby. There's got to be a baby. Man vs. Wild. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. She's got a stuffed squirrel in there, so it's basically the wild for her. Yeah. Yeah, there's times one of my favorite things to do is I just look at my wife and go, she's 6 months old, she's fine. It's time to grow up. No, you've been on this planet long enough. Quit whining. You were born in the middle of a pandemic. It's time to toughen you up. Pandemic. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some babies out there that are just like, meh, hoax. Man, next time on the reality show, Pandemic Parenting, so funny. That's what we're doing. Yeah, I'm sure you look at some parents that you know and also in the family that are trying to educate kids. It's like, thank God nothing's really changing for a baby. It's like, she doesn't need to know math yet. If she picks it up, cool, not necessary or expected. Hey, don't put it past. Remember, she's a quarter Chinese, so she already does that. Already does it. It's way advanced.
Yeah.
She's doing things that I never thought were possible. So yeah, she's killing it. But no, there is definitely that. I know that your nieces who are now, are they in double figures yet? They're 10,
11.
Yeah. 11. Wow.
Yeah.
So like they can at least comprehend. But like my sister has 2 kids, the oldest of which is 6, and then the youngest is 3. Like the 6-year-old, he's going to kindergarten, and they gotta tell him like, okay, you stay 6 feet, you wear your mat, and like he's
going.
Yeah.
You know what? And kindergarten is truly the time where you just, I mean, look, I got sent to the principal's office. I'm sure we talked about this at some point on the pod, where I got sent to the principal's office because a kid told on me, because on the bus I said, when you're sliding into first and you feel something burst, diarrhea. And a girl told on me, and I got sent to the principal's office because she was like scarred from it, I guess.
Wow, the first sign of cancel culture.
I mean, it was.
That girl.
I wish.
Saying, like, you know what, Adam? You made a diarrhea joke on the bus in kindergarten. Good luck getting on SNL.
That's no way to have a kid start a day by having that catchy ass tune on repeat. And then part of me was like, did I sing it wrong? Like, was that what she was offended by? Did I not hit? Did I sing the one she didn't like? Because there's others, like when you're sliding into first and you feel something burst. What's another one?
When you're climbing up the ladder and you feel something splatter.
See, if I had said that, hey, kick me out. That's expel worthy.
How is it that I grew up in Orange County, California? You grew up in Seattle, Washington, and yet they're the same diarrhea song wherever you go. The same diarrhea song. You know it. I know it. Kids were writing their own verses, and I bet you we can find a kid from Boston who was raised at the same time and be like, oh yeah, fucking diarrhea, kid. It's a fucking song.
Yo, Danny Abrams came up with that.
When you're sitting in a box rooting for the Red Sox, diarrhea. Oh, that's a great one. Fucking that kid. That's the worst Boston accent.
No, that's not bad.
I was almost going to slip into a very offensive African accent. I was like, why? Why am I doing that?
Oh, don't do that. No, that shouldn't be a go-to.
No.
Who do you think? There's got to be some weird documentary out there on the guy who came up with that song. Because it came from somewhere. It didn't just, unless there's some guy who literally was going around from playground to playground, or was it a kid who came up with it, who was trying to get his music career going, and he's like, grassroots marketing. I'm going to pepper it in at kindergartens on buses. Maybe it's a bus driver. He's in cahoots. He's undercover, being like dude, Jim.
Something. It had, because you don't just come out of the womb and be like, oh yeah, Baby Beluga, Jingle Bells, diarrhea song. Like I know all those. Like I know all
the classics.
I know all the hits.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely have something to where like someone had to teach it to you. Someone had to write it. Did a kid write it? Was there an adult who in between writing songs for, let's see, early 80s, Tiffany during her mall tours was like, all right, I think we're alone now, but also diarrhea. Like,
time to break off and get my solo career going.
Sure. Writing songs for Tiffany, that's my work. Diarrhea songs is my passion.
I'm just kidding. There's nobody there. Hey guys, comedian Adam right here. Hope you're enjoying this episode of the About Last Night podcast. Boy, I gotta tell you, I've been feeling good lately. And the reason why? Koi CBD. That's right. Back in the game. Feeling like my best self. Look, Koi CBD is the best CBD company in the business. I don't care what you hear from other people, other comics, Koi CBD. See, I got so much CBD inside me, I ain't even fucking talking right. You know why? Because I slept well on the Koi CBD gummies. That's right. They've got everything from tinctures to bath bombs to gummies. They got a skincare line coming soon. They got hand sanitizer. During these times, it's very important. So, what you want to do, if you want to start feeling like your best self, you want to take some Koi CBD bombs, put them in the bath, okay? What? Yeah, come on in. Jackson, I'm doing an ad for my podcast. Can you say hi?
Hello.
Say, I use CBD gummies.
I use CBD gummies.
From Koi.
From Koi.
Koi's the best.
Koi's the best.
It makes me feel good.
It makes me feel good.
I feel like my best self.
I feel my best self.
Look at these muscles.
Look at these muscles.
Kiss them. If you get Koi CBD right now, you go to koicbd.com, promo code AboutLastNight, and you get 20% off your first order. That's incredible. Bath bombs, tinctures, skincare, hand sanitizer, gummies. They've got everything. They're my favorite. It's who I use. So start using it for you too. I can't recommend these guys enough. They're homies and all their shit works. Jackson, say 20% off.
20% off.
If you use the promo code AboutLastNight.
If you use the print code after night.
About last night.
About last night.
Show them those guns again. Kiss them. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
You found something, and I think you are leading in my friends of dads that are finding the cool shit and the cool ways to incorporate adult stuff and still have it be for the kid. Yeah. And one of the best examples of that are these songs that you found that are 90s, 2000s, our hits, our club hits, our, driving road trip hits, songs that you want to hear that, I think a lot of parents are like, man, time to throw away my old Beatles collection and my Styx album and my Keith Sweat posters. It's like, no, actually you can keep all that. And there are kid versions of that you found.
Yeah, I found there's a lullaby, there's like a rockabye channel on Pandora that's like, you want Linkin Park, you want Foo Fighters, you want Metallica, you want Aerosmith, all done in like lullaby noises.
Oh
and
my God.
So like she's drifting off to dreamland and I'm like, exit light. But in my head, I'm not saying it like, you're off to Neverland. Like, I'm not doing that. But
I mean, can you imagine if she gets to a point to where that's the only way she can go to sleep? Is if you are it's that and Tupac every night. They have baby Tupac lullabies?
I don't know. I haven't really looked for baby Tupac.
Wow.
But I feel like I need to.
From the producers of the Muppet Babies.
Yeah. Now they have baby R. Kelly, but that just seems wrong.
How dare you? How dare you? This is a family show now. How dare you? Is this pandemic making you miss stand-up more or love family time more?
Ooh, great question. And I'm going to take the Michael Wilbon approach.
That was submitted by boner69@yahoo.com. No, that was me.
Oh, Boner? Yeah, I know him.
yeah.
He sends me weird pictures every week.
What's the Wilbon approach?
Well, is you push and you say both, because yes, I miss stand up because not doing it, and the times I've gotten to do it, whether it be braving the storm, going out and doing a club that's like a third filled or half filled or whatever their rules are, or doing Zoom shows, or I've done a few drive-in shows. We've done some drive-in shows recently. All that does is just make me want to go back to full-time stand-up and full-time work. I mean, I did a gig in Oklahoma City at the brand new Bricktown Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And I just woke up, went to the club, did my shows, came back to the hotel. That's all I did. And I was looking around that whole Oklahoma City area going, fuck, man, like if this was happening, this area is great. All these cool restaurants, arcades. There's a minor league baseball stadium. The Thunder played down the street. There's a river walk. There's like all this stuff that you can't experience, or at least at the time, because everything was shut down. So yeah, it's made me miss it more. But at the same time, I've been here when my baby first turns over, when she starts making noises, when she starts and so she knows me, and she's to the phase now where if she sees someone who she doesn't know, she reacts to it. She's scared of them. She's uncomfortable. So the fact that that's not happening, because that would kill me if my wife is holding my baby, I come home, she hands me baby, and the baby sees me and starts crying because she's like, She's like,
Yeah.
who's this?
Oh,
So,
man.
Yeah. So
Well,
she
and
knows
now-
me, and
yeah.
I'm getting to see all this stuff.
That's amazing, dude. And now when life does resume, you'll have built up a lot of trust between you and Ellie to where I can't imagine now that if you are gone for 3-4 days, that's not a big gap because
Yeah.
you've been around for so much now.
Yeah, and the times where I have done it, where I've gone to Denver or something like that, or Phoenix, I come back and she it's not like she forgot who I was in those 3 days. I walk in the front door and she sees me and her face lights up, which is just like it's the greatest thing ever. And I've said this a few times on stage, but like I've experienced a lot of really cool things. I've been very fortunate in my life. Nothing compares to your child recognizing you and being happy to see you. Nothing.
Wow, really?
Yeah, dude. You wake up in the morning. She wakes up either at like 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. She's sleeping through the night now, so fuck yeah. That's fantastic. But then when she wakes up, I go into the room, and then she's like crying or whatever, and then she sees me, stops crying, smiles and laughs. Great. And cool. I'm tired because I slept not that long, but then as soon as she lights up, it's like, okay, cool, I'm good to go.
Yeah. What's your go-to dad move? What's your peekaboo? I feel like, well, you've got like a 2 to 4 year shelf life with peekaboo, and then you better start digging deep for some original material.
Well, we kind of made up a song. My wife and I forgot who made it up, or we did it together, just kind of gradually. So we like come in the room and we're like, it's a baby Elway, it's a baby, look at her baby girl, and we just sing that, and then she like, it's morning time.
That's amazing.
She's happy, and then so stuff like that. But then so here's something that I didn't even realize would be so much fun, but like seeing her develop, like this is like when I leave her nursery with her to from like a nap or something, I would stop and show her the light switch and be like, all right, and now we hit the light switch. And at first I was just doing it because I thought, let's start something.
Yeah.
But now she's 7 months old and we're exiting the room. She puts up her hand and she hits the light swwitch.
Holy shit.
It's like, fuck yeah.
By the way, a couple things here. First of all, that's fucking crazy. These sponges that babies are. Also, that's one of those things that when you hear people describe that, and obviously you're like a family member to me, so I have genuine excitement over that fact. But, we all were in that place pre-baby, and I'm talking like 5-10 years ago, where it's not even in the realm of possibility yet, where if you're at a party and someone's like, my baby now, saw the light, walked by, like did it, and you're like, cool, man, you want to pass me another Coors Light? Like, what do you want me to do with that story? Like, that is, whoa, can she fucking drive me home? Because I'm getting hammered. But
yeah, totally.
Being around it now, you have probably soaked up and been on the receiving end of these. Because look, if you don't have a courtside seat to human development, I don't think you can truly grasp, right? Like how incredible it is.
Well, because you go from literally nothing, like to where you come out, and when they come out, their eyes aren't even open. And they're just they just lay down and they cry and they shit and they eat, and that's all they do. And they don't show any emotion. So then they start moving their arms, and then they start turning over, and you're like, oh, she's turning over now. Okay, now we can't do that. Then they start reacting to you, and now to be able to cognizantly see a light switch and be like, oh, I know what to do now. Boom, hit the light switch, like that, like those jumps. And we're just in the first 7 months. Like,
Oh yeah, think about 2 years from now when she sees you change the channel when your wife leaves the room from TLC to SportsCenter, and then all of a sudden, like, you're gonna get up and that she's gonna change the channel for you because she saw you do it, and your wife will come back and she'll go, the fuck, I was watching that. And you go, it wasn't me, it was the baby. She goes, she's 1.5 years. How do you expect me to buy that? So you go, she saw me do it, she loves me.
She saw me do it. She loves me. She hates 90 Day Fiancé just as much as I do.
Yeah.
Which, that's a lie. I actually love 90 Day Fiancé. That is a show that my wife watches that I actually got really into. I
It's
thought
great,
I would
huh?
hate it, and now I love it. If
Oh.
you're ever having problems in your relationship, watch yourself some 90 Day Fiance. You will be like, wow, at least we aren't those people.
I mean,
Like,
that's
we
what
are
these shows
good.
are designed for. It's like
Yes.
when I used to see Strange Addictions, I was like, man, I might miss my rent a couple times. I might not call my dad as much as I should or my stepdad, but at least I don't need to eat bars of soap and suck feet before I start the day at 10 a.m. And some of these people on that show have these, weird habits and vices, I guess it is. I'm like, thank God I have booze and comedy.
Yeah. Much more healthy.
Have you been writing? I'm so curious for all comics during this time when it's like the performing part is so stagnant, but this drive-in show you did, which real quick, I do want to, before I move on to the drive-in part, you posted this video recently and talking about your sweet daughter and the noises she's making. And you've been very delicate with your content of her and spacing it out to when you do post it, it's pretty spectacular, whether it's a pic. The braid picture of you and her the other day was, I thought, one of the best you could have posted. But you did one where you did footage of Neil Diamond singing Sweet Caroline, and then it cuts to your baby going, ba, 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 in kind of the exact pitch. And I was like, oh, man, if this doesn't get 1 billion hits, and we'll cut to it.
Yeah. It's got right now. It's got over 100,000 views just on my Twitter. But yeah,
holy shit, dude!
It's just one of those things where she started mumbling and she started making noises. So, and her main noise that she makes is the bat bat bat. Like she just says that. So the first video I did was actually her doing the theme song to Whitney Cummings' podcast.
Right.
Where I go, hey, it's my baby doing the theme song to Whitney Cummings' podcast, bop, 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 which is her thing.
Right.
So then I watched that video back and I went, oh my God, Sweet Caroline. So I called up a friend who does editing way better than me, and then sent him the stuff. He put it together, and then put that video out there. But it's just this thing, and especially since we're so starved for creative expression that we're looking for anything to get us out there and to do something creative and to put out content. But it's a blast, and I love doing stuff like that. But like you say, I don't want to be that guy that puts out stuff like every day. Right. I don't want anyone to think like, did you have the baby just for the likes? It's like, no, we had the baby because we had sex, and that's what happens. But
the
likes are nice. No,
we had a baby during a time when social media was, leading the way. And but I mean, like you're also, hey man, you're finding ways to make stuff funny still, and not just have your whole feed be adorable pictures. Which, guess what, man? Nothing wrong with that either. But people do look at us with a certain regard for, hey man, I'm following you because you're funny, and I like to see the creative stuff you come up with. So stuff like that I thought was really. Now there's got to be more songs you're gonna have to see, because for sure there's other songs.
Oh, I already I've talked to the same guy that did the editing, and very soon you're gonna hear her go ba ba ba, and then it's gonna cut to the Beach Boys going ba ba baran.
Oh my God.
And if there's any more ba 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 songs, please let me know.
Hey. Okay.
Tweet
yeah.
Me. Let me know.
I'll start.
Right now, that's her main noise. She do the bas very good. So that's what she's got. So don't send me, hey, she can do a wop bop a loo bop a wop bam boom. No, she's not doing that. She's not that good. She's not doing that. She's not doing that many syllables. She is limited to ba. That is it.
Hey, that's
a succession of bas.
Some people can't even get that much. Are you you already pretty much had close to an hour before all this hit, a new hour, or no? Just fine tuning, or no? Getting it going. Yep.
I had an hour from I mean, like if you watch The Degenerates on Netflix and then you come out and see me, there's gonna be no jokes that are the same.
Right.
So I've got an hour new from that.
Right.
But yeah, from pandemic and baby, just those two topics, like I've got a new half hour. So if you saw me right before everything shut down and then you see me again, it's going to be at least half new stuff. And that's just because with kids and pandemic, there's just so much and so much to talk about. Now, I would have more if we were getting the reps that we were normally getting.
I know.
But it's so weird to think about that. I try not to because it drives me insane where I go, man, if I was going up every night 2-3 times a night, I would, God knows how much material I would have right now, but that's just not the case. And our job is such, you know this, that the only way we know what's funny is to try it out. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, these shows that we did at the Magic Castle with Tammy, which were great because there was a stage and you could hear some laughter from comics behind you and from some of the cars. Just performing rep, like Neil Brennan said one night, he goes, you just need that exchange of energy. Like even those clapper things that people had is some sort of a response coming back at you. And even though that's not, I don't think, obviously, as great of a gauge as human laughter, but it's still enough to hopefully for you to trigger, the muscle memory of like, okay, cool, what I said got a response.
Yeah, and it's not the same. And so they passed out at these drive-in shows that we did these clappers. They're like little cheap things you would buy at a baseball game. You swing them back and forth. It just makes a click clack, click clack, click clack. And so we had that, and the whole audience had them. And it's weird how obviously it's not the same as laughter, but even with those clappers and people laughing and horns and stuff like that, you would know when a joke hit better than another joke.
Yes. You
would know. You'd be like, oh, you like that more. There was slightly more click clack sounds for that than there was for that other joke that I tried. So like, even though it's not the same, even though it's not the ideal sound that we are used to hearing, we would still get something. And that's all we need. Like it's not preferable. It's not the thing that's like going to keep us, but that's all we need. It's just a little bit of feedback to let something. To let us go, okay, that joke was good, that joke was bad. And like I was still trying stuff out and throwing stuff out there.
Yeah, me too. You have to. Especially just during this time. It's like if you're, they always say live a life worth writing about. And even though a lot of things are shut down, there's still a lot of things. You can always go out of your way to create experiences that will then spawn into material. It's like pick up a fucking instrument, pick up a fetish, pick up a fetish,
that has to be a reality show. Pick up a fetish. That's got to be like, it's like so my wife is obsessed with these shows where people are trying to find the right house for them, and I would love to do that kind of show, but instead of like couples going out and being like, do we want 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or 4-bedroom, but only 1 bath, but no backyard? Like that. Or do we want ass play, or do we want ball gag? Like there's pros and cons to both. Like that, I would watch that show in a second, where a couple goes out and tries a bunch of fetishes to see which one their new kink is going to be.
Yeah.
Done.
Or maybe there's a wall, a spinning wall of fetishes like Fallon has for the impression wheel, and whatever it lands on, they have to try it.
By the way, the spinner would not be an arrow. It would be a midget wearing a leather bikini.
Oh my God. Now I have to sell this show just so you can get employed.
I feel like that would be one of those things that like Stefan from SNL would talk about. This place has everything. It has midginis. You're like, what's a midgini? That's that thing where you have a midget in a bikini and you spin it until they point
I thought it was gonna be a midget in a bikini eating linguine.
Yes. Midget in a bikini eating linguine. It happens when the beat drops and we all get covered in linguine sauce. It's perfect.
Oh my God. Yeah, there is almost too much time for people to, and that's the thing too, when I don't know if you've experienced this at all, where you'll reach out to somebody, they don't get back to you with it, and you're always so punctual and you always have been and getting back. But there's some people that I have exchanged messages with that get back like a week later. And I'm like, what the fuck were you doing? There's literally nothing you can say unless I was dead and I just woke up.
Here's one thing this pandemic has taught me is that, like, if anyone won't do your podcast right now, or if anyone doesn't get back to you right now, they don't like you. They just don't like you. And, and it's okay. It's
fine.
It's okay.
It's a lot of people.
If someone doesn't text me back in a week, I go, oh, I've done something to piss this person off. They don't value talking to me. Yeah. So, okay. And it's fine. It's streamlined my life so much. And I get asked to do like a bunch of podcasts, and
because people are starting more. There's more just young comics and non-comics. Just people are like, I should start one. And there's somebody like, I was just talking to Sal Volcano, and he's starting 2 different ones. But I'm like, well, yes, because immediate audience, one with DeRosa, one with DeStefano, guys that you have. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But then I know some people from high school that are like, I think I'm going to start one. And I'm like, if you're thinking about it, it's maybe like, you got to fucking, this be something that you want to put your time and energy into, or unless it is just a hobby thing. But like you said, you get hit up all the time. And what were you saying?
Well, like, it's like people hit me up that I don't know, that aren't comics, or just people that just like hit me up like, hey,
fans.
I do the Making Bacon Shaken podcast. Here's what we do. We do a Zoom thing, and it's like, we have had such guests on. All right, you know Puck from the Real World? Yeah, I know Puck from the Real World. His girlfriend. And I'm like, all right, okay.
That is so fucking funny, dude. I've gotten probably 4 of those emails where it's like the guest list. It's like, God bless you. We remember what that was like when we were trying to corral guests, and we're like,
yeah,
we got, when we first, I think Sean Astin was the first guy we got that was like of note, remember? Yeah. And it was like, holy fucking shit. So now you're leading with that. Then we got Jaleel White. Then we, Pauly, Harlan's. So you're leading with people that you're like, all right, we've got people that I think you've heard of and but some of these people don't have the, ability to connect with people like that. So they're like, hey, the guy who played the dad on Alf? So his agent is now a wrestler in Finland, and he's got some crazy stories. And you're like,
stories, man. Yeah. And like you said, like we started there, so I get it. You can't write your first letter, but it's just, for me, especially with the kid, the kid is the best excuse ever to be like, I got a baby, I have only so many hours that I have free, so sorry. Like,
my God.
I just,
that's so, like, yeah. There's an episode of Curb, I think, once with where Garland was like, they were trying to get out of a party, and he was like, I'm gonna say the kid's sick, and Larry was like, fucking genius, and he goes, great, right? He's like, perfect. He goes, it's one of the perks of having a kid. Jeff's like, it's one of the perks of having a kid. Who can argue with that? Sick kid. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, do say, show me the doctor's note.
Yeah, how sick? Let me see the puke.
Yeah. That, and with the baby, even if they say, let me see the puke, I've got photos of the puke. It's nonstop. It doesn't. I've got stains. I've got. There's shit that it's just like, all right, like, so today, the day that we're recording this is actually my 3rd wedding anniversary is today. And
which, by the way, I told you I got that picture on my reminder of Facebook from the wedding, which was so perfect. It was such a great moment and picture because your wedding was so fucking beautiful. Go on.
So you find out, and I didn't know this, but every anniversary has like a thing that's tied to it to help you with the gifts. Like year 1, is the paper anniversary for some weird reason. Year 2 is cotton. Year 3, the year I'm on, is leather. Hot. So so we talked about what we had gotten each other, and then I was like, "What did I get you last year? What is cotton? What did I get you last year?" And then I remembered I got her a cotton robe that she was wearing at the time, and it's covered in stains, just covered in baby like
juices. Yeah,
it's just all that, and you're like, and I'm like, so good gift. She's like, I mean, it's a great gift, but not exactly shiny and new like when I first got it for her.
Oh my God. Do you those moments where you guys get to be alone, whether it's at night or you got some, obviously being in SoCal with family around, you try to take advantage of that. I know you got a little help coming and going. That's essential. Yeah. Is there one night you guys have had? What's the first thing you did where? Because obviously, you love your kid. You get withdrawal as soon as you leave the house. I'm sure you're excited to go back, but you have to probably, and I'm sure this is said in some sort of parenting book or Tony Robbins seminar or fucking Snapple Caps, some sort of where people look for advice, where it's like you got to take care of you still and make sure that you still maintain being a person, right?
Yeah, and that's even harder during the pandemic because shit's not open, so we can't like be like, you know what? Miniature golf. We're doing that tonight. Like it's that's shut down or whatever.
You're like, yeah, my old version of person is different. By the way, version person or Persian version, person version.
Wow.
Wait, I just said I wanted to say
what's your Persian version of a person?
I wanted to say version person, and then I wanted to say person version, but then I said Persian version, which is.
And you started thinking of our friend Tehran, and now you just got Persians. You know what? It's how a lot of history was written.
If that's not a new acting exercise for diction, version person version Persian version.
Lion face, lemon face. Does that back and forth? But yeah, so the coolest thing we got to do is my mother-in-law came over, watched the kid, and I have a friend. I'll name drop, but he's a fan. I met him in Philadelphia, and he's a fan of mine. And Adam, you and I have some amazing celebrity friends that either were fans or we've gotten to know or met.
It's crazy.
There's one that you need to have in your catalog. Celebrity chef. You've got to have the celebrity chef in your catalog.
How do I do it?
Hit up Martha Stewart.
Well, I know the guy. There's the Wolfgang Puck's brother's neighbor. I'm actually having on the podcast next week. No. Who and how and
he saw my show in Philadelphia. His name is Chris Santos. He's a judge on Chopped very frequently. He's the bald guy with all the tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got this restaurant out here in Los Angeles called Beauty in Essex. It's also in New York. It's also in Vegas.
Heard of it.
And it's amazing. It's the best. It's so good. And we told him.
It's tremendous. It's really.
It's just the best food.
It's got the beauties. It's got the Essex. Take off the S. It's got the beauty and sex.
I got a little offended at the orange chicken. Thought they were making fun of me. But and he
hooks it up.
He treated my wife and I to the most amazing night out and night without baby. There's a table that's on a balcony that has lights and like ivy all around it, and you see Hollywood, and it's just fucking great.
Wow.
And he did that, kept sending us stuff. I mean, I told him, I go, listen, it's a pandemic. I'm paying for the food. You're not comping the food because it's restaurants are suffering. I need to keep the business open. But then we ordered a bunch of stuff, but then he just sent out more stuff. And then don't worry. We took care of the wait staff.
Of course. Yeah, you always do.
But that was the night that we're just like, thank God. And then we went right back to puke and shit and all of that. It just, here's something that one more thing that when other parents say it, you wouldn't really think about it, or you'd be like, you're just saying that, it's dumb. But because I always thought, like, man, changing diapers, like shit and puke, it's different when it's your kid. When it's your kid, you just do it. You don't think about it. You don't think about the fact that that you're wiping shit that you just got puked on.
Yep.
You don't think about it. You just do it. So I always thought that was a crazy thing that parents would say, but it's absolutely 1,000% true.
Is there something that that you, because obviously I think there's no telling when we can go back to work normally, but have you let it sink in enough of the uncertainty to where you have been contemplating another career?
Oh, I've always said that my go-to career, if this all went to shit, would be I'm moving to Jamaica and I'm gonna rent jet skis to tourists. Like that's
oh my God, that's what I'm
doing. I'm gonna buy 4 or 5 jet skis. I'm gonna have a little shack. I'm just gonna rent jet skis to tourists and just do that life. Although that may have to be adjusted because I just made a virtual friend in the country of Iceland.
Ooh.
And he has told me that, like, COVID over there is like today in the entire country of Iceland, like 8 people got it today throughout the entire pandemic. Like 10 people have died, which is, of course, sucks for those 10 people, but overall, okay, 10 people. But yeah, so he's told me about, like, he's trying to sell me on Iceland, and he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. He's selling me on it. I certainly want to go there to visit. I want to go to this country.
What are the perks? It's like never gets dark, right?
I mean, during sometimes the year, never gets dark. During sometimes the year, it never gets light. But yeah, he's just like, it's this great town. I mean, it's a country, but the main city is called Reykjavik. He said it said there's like 100,000 people there. Everyone knows everyone. There's literally no crime. You leave your doors unlocked, and everyone knows each other. It's a big community.
Wow.
And this guy's a pretty prominent guy there. I'll name drop again. So my wife my wife has very strange sporting likes. She doesn't like baseball, basketball, football, hockey. Like, she's not into those sports. Her 2 favorite sports, no joke, is rodeo and strongman competitions.
I was going to say the aggressive slap, the slap.
I mean,
I put it in that category. Yeah.
I mean, so
that's amazing.
She loves strongman. And her favorite strongman of all time is this guy, Magnus Magnuson.
Yep. Oh, yeah, dude. The only time I used to watch was on ESPN 2. That guy was always fucking, here's coming Magnus Magnuson again to push the truck through the ocean. You're like, the fuck?
So that's her favorite athlete of all time. So I reached out on Instagram to just be like,
to him?
Maybe I can get Magnus Magnuson to, like, say hi to my wife, and, you know, that'll score me some points. Not only did he do it, started following me on Instagram. Now I message with Magnus Magnuson.
Dude.
So like,
you are winning this quarantine.
If I go to Iceland, I know fucking Magnus Magnuson. Like,
that's all you need to know, by the way. He's getting you into every tattoo parlor, ice cream parlor, fucking red light special show, Quiznos. Yeah, he's got the key to the city.
It's going to be Billy Crystal's My Giant updated because the guy's still huge. And yeah, so now I'm online friends and text buddies with Magnus Magnuson.
That's incredible. You're going to show up to a restaurant with them. They're going to be like, sorry, we've got no, I don't do accents, but sorry, we've got no room at the, sorry, we've got no room at the Iceland Chili's. And you go, and then Magnus goes, no problem. And he pushes everyone's table collectively. He ties a rope around everyone's table and just drags them outside and goes, now we have the whole space.
Yeah. if you go to my Twitter, there is a video of Magnus for Magnuson wishing my wife and I happy anniversary.
I'm gonna fucking dude. That's incredible. That is the power of social media.
Yeah, you just reach out and no one's doing anything, so they might answer. And for me, Magnus answered. And you talk about how you don't do accents. I do accents, and I don't do the Iceland accent. I don't even want to try. It's Arnold-esque.
Right. Everything's a little Arnold-esque.
It's different, but it's all. He also sounds a little like Arnold because his traps are up by his cheeks, like they're just so large. Yeah. So that's my new quarantine friend. It's a good quarantine friend to have.
Oh, dude, first of all, you got a virtual pen pal, and he can, you know what I'm saying? He can lift up cows and bench press, houses. Well,
he sent me a video of him with these, like, two, I can only describe them as telephone poles. And he's holding them on his shoulders, and the camera pans out, and you just see the telephone poles, like, you're like, okay, that's where the end of the pole will. No, it just keeps going. It just keeps going. And he's holding these two massive telephone poles. And then he drops them, and then the camera pans, and you see he's in front of, like, a stadium, and they all go, ah, and then he just goes, ah.
I mean, dude, you need to see if he can do some sort of, like, promo thing for one of your next shows, or special, by the way, dude. Maybe he lifts you, like, if there's something that you're attached to that he lifts up. Maybe he carries a boat with you sitting on the top, just sipping a fucking martini.
I am Magnus von Magnuson telling you watch Brad Williams' show, or else I drop him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's great though. He's awesome.
Well, I would like to do something special before we close this out. And thank you for coming back on. The fans love it.
Of course.
We've got some little games set up, some with photos, some with sentences, and we're gonna do our first one right now.
Okay.
And obviously, we've talked at great length about your 7-month-old daughter and how great she is, and she's starting to make noises. Soon she will be forming those noises into sentences and words. So, Brad, in our first game, which of these sentences would you not want to hear from your baby?
Okay.
Wait, we're a Laker fan family? Fuck that noise. I've been on the Kawhi bandwagon since San Antone. LeBron can kiss my Asian dwarf baby ass. 2, Daddy, why do you always have a toothpick holding a raisin between your legs? Or 3, did you guys know COVID was made up by Bill Gates to scare us into staying inside so he could have more time to design a chip that they'll slowly release as a life-saving, life-extending cure for all diseases, but will really be a way for them to pick your music for you so you don't end up having to force your collective soul addiction on family members of yours that don't have ties to the 90s like you, Dad?
So I have to pick one out of those 3 that I would rather she say, or
no, which of these would you not want to hear?
Oh.
Yeah. Which one would you not want to hear the most?
All right. Well, Laker fan family, yes, I'm a Laker fan, but if she wants to support Kawhi, at least you're supporting a great player. And if you're a Clippers fan from birth, okay, that's fine. LeBron can kiss my Asian dwarf baby ass. Yeah, he's been a Laker for 2 seasons. He's not a Laker yet. Like he is, but he's not. So he's not a legend. So she could say that. I would still respect it. Daddy, why would you always have that toothpick holding a raisin between your legs? I mean, she could say that. I'm married. I'm not using the thing anymore. You know, you got the baby. So that's few and far
Mission
between.
accomplished, yeah.
Yeah, so, that's the proof that I've used it once. So we're good with that. Yeah, so I would not want her to say the whole Bill
conspiracy
Gates
theory.
yeah. I don't want conspiracy, baby. I don't want to have to, like
from the producers of Boss Baby.
Boss Baby. I'll take Boss Baby. Conspiracy Baby. I can't get conspiracy baby. Like I can't be reading Goodnight Moon and then she looks at me and goes, we faked the moon landing, right? I'm like, oh fuck. I can't do that.
We never been there, right? This book is based on lies.
Yeah, I can't. God knows what will happen if I say anything like the Easter Bunny. She'll just be like, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just to hide the real story of Christianity, which is actually pagan, which is actually Satan worship. Did you know that the Bible was written by over 180 people? Fuck! Like just stop.
I'm trying to have one nice Thanksgiving where you don't fucking fill our tummies with conspiracies.
Yeah. So
Pass the yams.
Be a Clippers fan. Make fun of my dick. Just don't be conspiracy baby. All good.
Great answer. All right. By the way, the Goodnight Moon conspiracy, like and her saying we faked that shit and having those be her first words, great bit. You got to write that down.
I will.
All right. So obviously, comedy is in a little bit of a we're in a tricky situation right now, Brad, and we're trying to make do with the shows that are provided and created around us, but it's not the same thing. So if comedy never comes back and you're strapped for cash, and you can make cash by allowing somebody to get it on with your wife, which of these men would you allow to make love to your wife if comedy never comes back and there is money on the table, like Indecent Proposal, the way Robert Redford bought Demi Moore from Woody Harrelson? Which of these men would you, if it was $1 million, let's say?
Okay, 1 million.
Cash, right out the door. Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Carrot Top.
Okay.
Richard Simmons.
Ooh.
Or that Trump supporter who stood out on his lawn with a rifle and a pink polo and khakis that are too tight.
I remember him. Wow. First of all, great. No two people are like the other. I mean, to me, it's down to two, because I don't want the guy with the gun to be having sex with her. Also, my wife is a hippie from San Francisco. That
the black belt.
That would not go well. So I'm also thinking about my future being married to her. So that would not be good. Carrot Top. I can't have my wife have sex with a comedian who's made more money than me. It just
shit.
From an ego standpoint.
Yeah, dude, I get that. I get that.
So it's down between two people. It's down between Brad Pitt and Richard Simmons. Now, Richard Simmons, I might say yes, just because thought he was a gay guy.
Sure.
Pretty sure he is, but maybe he does this on the side. Maybe my wife would pop the cherry.
Maybe he's a gigolo. Maybe he's gay, but he's like, look, when I'm helping people, there's always time for pussy.
Yeah, maybe that. And I think that's a hell of a story. In terms of maybe my wife turns Richard Simmons straight. Maybe that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Because out of all those people,
you love
there are certain people. First of all, same first name. So if she screams out the wrong name, fine. Totally fine.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Secondly, look at Brad Pitt's Rolodex. I mean, I think he's kind of doing this right now. It was reported that his girlfriend, it was reported that Brad Pitt's current girlfriend is actually married, but her and the husband have an open relationship. So it's kind of happening right now.
Holy shit.
This actual scenario. Yeah, but the guy is 60 and she's 28 or something like that. So it's sounds good. Yeah. I don't know of too many men that would be now also think of this. Once it's done, I mean, out of all those names, which are you more comfortable with your wife saying, yeah, that was good, but it was no blankety blank. How much would it crush your ego? It's yeah, sex tonight was good, but it was no Carrot Top. That'll kill you.
Yeah, what do you think Carrot Top's prop comedy's like in the bedroom? Like there's
Oh my god, it's like dildos with feathers on them that have like a helicopter thing, so it hovers. It's horrible. So,
yeah.
But like, if she goes, yeah, the sex was good tonight, but it was no Brad Pitt, you'd be like, of course it's not. He's Brad Pitt.
He's got like one of those little like animal masks that you can like strap over the top of your face over his wiener, and he goes, "I hope I don't put you to sheep." And you go, "Oh boy."
Yeah, and I go, yeah. Well, that's Carrot Top, not Brad Pitt.
Yeah. No, that's Brad Pitt.
Oh, maybe it's Brad Pitt. I don't know. Maybe he's going to prop comedy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
all right,
yeah,
great answer.
definitely Brad Pitt.
Okay, great. I think I would agree. All right. COVID is not just a pandemic, a fancy pandemic disease. It also could be a new club in LA when things open up. Now, Brad, if you were an investor in this club and they came to you for the live entertainment, which of these things would you want them to make happen for opening night? If they said, Brad, we're putting you in charge of the live entertainment. This is a big night. COVID is going to be exclusive. A lot of people are trying to get in. It's a who's who of who cares, and we want everyone to get in and be mesmerized and impressed. So here's the things we're thinking of, and you pick. The first one is a guy in a scream mask randomly hitting people in the back of the leg with black dildos. Keith Sweat shadow boxing in a corner while singing Nobody under his breath. One of those competitive turtle races you see at weird bars in San Diego, judged by a guy dressed as an actual Ninja Turtle. Unlimited sparklers for anyone who can sing at least 10 seconds of 1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies. Or the Cash Me Outside girl, Rebecca Black, and Mindy Kaling doing competitive improv on the bar.
Wow. All right. Let's go through it. First of all, would not do the scream guy just because as much fun as it is to get hit by a black dildo, and Lord knows I know. I'd have to go no on that just because the scream guy, serial killer, I don't want that in a nightclub. Turtle races, been done. It's already a thing. You can go to other places and do that.
Animal cruelty.
1 week by the Bare Naked Ladies. No one knows that song. So
I was going to say, could you sing 10 seconds of it? Do you even know 10 seconds of it? That's a long time.
The chorus, but I think that's it.
Yeah, but I can't get past, it's been 1 week since you look at me. Didn't find enough rain again, crazy. See,
fuck it. Right, yeah. I don't know. I don't know after that either.
5 days since you laughed at me. And you got to bone to camp food you.
I think that would be something to where people would realize very quick, oh, no one's going to do this. Like, the lead singer of the Bare Naked Ladies could walk in and be like, I don't know fucking 15 seconds of that song.
I thought you were putting it up on the screen.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. The Rebecca Black, Catch Me Outside girl, and Mindy Kaling competitive improv, tempting just for the Mindy Kaling because she's amazingly talented. I'd want to have that in my bar, in my club.
Cool.
But I mean, the Catch Me Outside girl, kind of violent. That's a lot of insurance. Might do some stabbing. So I'd have to go Keith Sweat shadow boxing while singing Nobody in the corner.
I think so.
Like you just lower a microphone and now all of a sudden it's Keith Sweat. It's a Keith Sweat concert. And ain't no party like a Keith Sweat party. I would definitely go Keith Sweat. And because it's COVID, you keep the social distancing rules so no one would get hit by his shadow boxing punches.
Maybe he's in like one of those Bubble Boy bubbles. Even
better. I hear those have great acoustics. He'll sound even better. I mean, it'd be awesome.
Now, can you show? I know that you know at least 10 seconds of Keith Sweat's Nobody. Can you show me what Keith Sweat shadow boxing in the corner, singing under his breath, would look like?
And love you like me, nobody. Oh, you think you like me, nobody. Oh, you do you all night long, nobody.
Keith Sweat's singing in the corner. Nice shadow boxing. Who's he fighting? Nobody. His shadow. All right, that was amazing.
Right now, nobody.
He's threatening to beat us up through song. No, it's the subtext of the song.
Who's blowing up my Tinder? Nobody.
Oh, shit.
That keeps sweat.
All right. 2 more. Brad, if someone paid you $1 million to name your next baby, and we don't know yet if you're going to have another, but who knows? You're crushing the one baby game. More kids could be on the horizon. And if that does happen, and someone could give you $1 million to name your next baby, and they gave you these 5 options, which would you pick?
Okay.
Twofer Boofer the Third, Mark McGrath's My Real Father, Willow Washington, Alvin Klitty, or Nopra Winfrey. I came up with these when I was half asleep and half high.
Oh, man. I mean, really? It's shocking to me. Definitely not Alvin Klitty.
How dare you? That's a real guy.
Don't get me wrong. He would be a very sensitive guy. And he would be an excellent hide and seek player. No one would be able to find him.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Well, men wouldn't be able to find him. Anyway. Nopra Winfrey, just no. Mark McGrath, My Real Father. I mean, good-looking guy, Sugar Ray Fly, not bad, not a bad one. Twofer Boofer the Third, no, because then everyone wanted to know where the other two Twofer Boofers were, and because you got to have them all in the same time.
Yes.
Place. I mean, as a dwarf, if I name my kid Willow Washington Williams, I mean, first of all, WWW, great initials.
That's wow, W cubed. No, what? I mean, there's a lot of great nicknames there.
Yeah.
Willie, Willow, WWW.
Yeah. Also, no one's going to bat an eye when they hear, oh, the dwarf named his kid Willow? Yeah, I thought that was required by law. Don't they have to?
Don't they have to? Yeah.
Yeah, so
okay, cool.
That's the one where no one would bat an eye.
I love it.
It wouldn't even be a problem. So I would easily take $1 million to name my next child Willow Washington Williams.
Great. I love that. That's been documented. All right, last thing, and I love you, and I'm so happy to see your face. And
man.
And happy anniversary, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
And I just now noticed that you have a framed No Fear shirt on your man cave wall. Holy shit. It looks like it's the one that's based on my joke is about, where it's a baseball scenario.
Not close.
What is it? Is it football?
So this No Fear shirt is a one of a kind because it is actually my quote. I played hockey as a kid, and this is when the No Fear shirts were really popular.
Yes.
And so the guy who ran our hockey league, when he found out I was playing, was kind of doubtful that a dwarf could play hockey. So he said, like, hey, like, but what are you going to do when a kid is, like, coming at you? And I said to him, and this is the quote on the shirt, I said to the hockey director, I go, tie game, 2 minutes left, I'm 3 feet tall, the player with the puck is 5 feet tall, it's just me and the goalie, he comes toward me, I take the body because I have no fear.
Oh my God. And the coach was like,
yeah. And
you're on the team.
And he was just like, what the shit? So at the end of the season, he presented me with that shirt. He made it.
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing.
I found it a few years ago. My mom found it, and then she framed it, and now it's hanging on my man cave wall.
That is a fucking great story.
Yeah. And here's how much I think about it in terms of how much I value that shirt. It is in between my signed John Elway jersey and
my signed
and my all the USC Heisman Trophy winners.
Wow.
Signed
wow. By all of them?
All of them, even OJ.
I was just gonna say, you got the Juices Siggy?
I got the Juices Siggy. Now, I did not get it. I purchased that. And so it was already on there. Someone else got it.
You didn't steal it from him? Because That
I've heard he gets upset.
Yeah, if you take his like tank top from 1988, he will.
Yeah,
Well, I don't want to say what he'll do, but I've seen his Twitter. He seems like he's a nice guy now.
On Twitter, he seems like a delightful human being. If that's all you knew about OJ, imagine
Oh.
5 years down the line, my little sweet Ellie comes in and goes, I'm on Twitter. I'm following this guy on OJ. He's funny. I'm like,
Oh. All right. The last thing, in anticipation of your appearance, I posted a picture of you from our Dwarf Cologne commercial video shoot, which if you have not seen it, one of the greatest videos on YouTube.
Pretty great.
Better than the Gangnam Style dance video of you. Better. It's just a fucking well-produced thing. You look hot in it. It's slow-mo. It's black and white. It's everything you want in a sketch. And it's it's on YouTube. Type in Brad Williams Cologne commercial. So we took a screenshot of one of the pictures and posted it and asked people for their best captions to win some ALN merch. And I'm going to give you a few, and I want you to pick the best one, and we will send that person some merch. Cool. Alonzo Bowden said business as usual. And then the rest of these, they were all screen names. Does this bike seat make my ass look fast? Giddy up, Buttercup. We ride at dawn. Anyone looking for a little south in their mouth? I've never heard that in 38 years of life. Yeah. Raj Sharma, I remember, sent this one. Cash, ash, or grass. Nobody rides for free.
Love it.
Bone Ranger.
Oh, I rented that one last week. It's good.
Yeah. And?
Oh, it's solid.
Okay.
Solid.
Your Uber has arrived. Tinder profile. They call me Tiger Kitten. Don't let my mullet fool you. I have some full-size loving ready for that lucky feline. I can ride this bike. Hear me purr. My only training wheels are the salt and the lime. Brokeback mountain bike. You want to be my seat, don't you? Just a straight-up question.
Yep.
Smaller bike for a longer ride.
Okay.
And I believe that's it. Did anything stand out?
Yeah, two of them. If you can find the one that was right before Cash, Ass, or Grass, Nobody Rides for Free. I know it was the one right before that.
I can tell you which one that was.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Was it this one?
Anyone looking for a little south in their mouth? That's
and Bone Ranger you liked, right? I saw you light up for that.
I like Bone Ranger, and then I also liked the long Tiger King Tinder profile one.
Yes, yeah.
So those are the three that stand out to me. Bone Ranger probably exists. It's probably a porn parody.
Yes.
So great, but I'm gonna have to pass. South in the Mouth, great rhyme, really good. But
Dr. Seuss or Shel Silverstein? Who do you think that was?
No, that was definitely Ronald Dahl. He wrote James and the Giant Peach, and then he wrote that. That's what he did. So I'm gonna have to go with the long Tiger King Tinder profile one, just because the effort. It was like a lot of minute details in there. Fantastic, timely, funny, and it's weird. I'm wearing a mullet wig, which at the time was a Dog the Bounty Hunter wig.
Yeah, we got a lot of those.
But now, if you look at it, it looks like a Joe Exotic wig. Yeah. So amazing. So I'm gonna have to go with that one. Great. They will get the ALN merch.
I love it. Great. Yeah, people were saying a lot of Dog the Bounty Hunter comments. Which, by the way, to piggyback on Tiger King, you see that Carol Baskin is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. I'm going to watch just because I hope one of the judges goes like, oh man, that dance, Carol, you murdered it. You slayed it. You fed that thing to the tigers. That was like, it just goes off and then stops and goes, do you have any other experiences like that you should?
You did it, didn't you? Yeah.
You killed him, didn't you?
It's like that dance was like you channeled like an ex-husband that you couldn't stand, and it's like your emotions were your anger towards him, and the dance, the execution, was feeding him unbeknownst to him or anyone, and you got away with it, just like you got away with this dance. I just don't know how you did it. Only you do.
Yeah. Any comment, Carol? Any comment?
Any comment? Yeah. That's amazing.
I'm watching just for that. I've never watched one season of Dancing with the Stars, and I've had friends on that show.
Yeah.
And I've never watched it. I will watch for Carol Baskin.
It's a genius PR move. And now, though, they've set the bar high, though. They better be getting, like, Tony Robbins and fucking, Oprah. Like, that's – I mean, Baskin, if you're talking reality star celebrity, that to me right now, Kardashian can't hold a candle to that.
Pretty good. I want to see Carol Baskin.
OJ.
I want to see OJ. I want to see Robert Blake. All the celebrities that have killed people.
Oh, God.
I want to see.
Oh, my God. And all murderers Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. It will literally be a murderer's row. Literally be a murderer's row. So, like, you have them. You have Caitlyn Jenner. Because remember, she killed somebody.
Yep. Brandy.
Brandy killed somebody.
Hit somebody with a car.
Former First Lady Laura Bush killed somebody.
Yep.
Wow, who are the celebrities that have killed people? This is a fun game.
This is a great game. Oh boy.
Vince Neil, because he killed Razzle, who was a 80s metal guy. He was the passenger in the car, or maybe Razzle was driving. I'm not sure. But yeah, so Vince Neil would be there. Man, who are celebrities that have killed people?
Oh, man, I mean, you could go. You don't want to go. You don't want to go.
I mean, the guy that shot Bin Laden, he's a celebrity. He's a political commentator.
Wow.
He shot Bin Laden.
Yeah, I'll take that. You could say, you could put Trump on there because he killed democracy. Good night, everybody. Yeah, that'd be a great show. Happy anniversary. I love you. Have all the fun tonight, and I'll talk to you soon, bud. Thanks, Brady.
Can't wait.
See you, bud.
Bye.
Peace.